Okay, today we're going to learn how to do our 1040 tax forms. Okay, it used to be you could do a 1040A or a 1040EZ, but just this last year they combined it all into one form, which is a 1040. We're going to look at two different types. We're going to look at Edgar Flores, and then you're going to do Melinda and Angela on your own. If you notice here, Edgar Flores, age 16, lives with his parents. He works around 10 hours per week cleaning pools for $15 an hour. And Edgar's W-2. You have to have the W-2 to be able to fill out your tax form. And we talked about W-2s and how they should be mailed to you by January 31st of the next year, but you need the W-2 to be able to fill out a tax form. Okay, so let's just look at the W-2. I'm going to double click on it, open it up, and I'm going to keep it open because we're going to have to flip back and forth from our form to our W-2. Okay, it gives you his information, his wages, his federal tax, Social Security, Medicare, address, anything we need to know on his W-2. I'm going to click on the tab up above to go back to calculate completing a 1040. I'm going to scroll down. Part 1 is the scenarios. This is your basic information in your W-2s. Part 2 is where you will actually open a 1040 form to complete. And these are your instructions for your 1040 form. If you're not for sure about something, always look back to your instructions. And part 3, we're going to ignore. Do not worry about part 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete our tax return 1040. This PDF comes directly from the IRS website. You can type directly into the form or print it and complete manually. It makes me no difference. All right, so we're going to go to 1040, open up our form. So we got our W-2, we got our directions, and we're ready to begin. If you noticed earlier when we were reading about Edgar, it said he was single, so I'm going to click the single box. These might look familiar because these were at the top of your tax tables: single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, and head of household. We know his name is Edgar J. Flores, and you can kind of follow along with me a little bit with this. And see, if you needed to look back, though, you could always click to your W-2 to find his address. He lives at 111 West Main Street in Los Angeles, California. The zip code is 90004. His Social Security number, if you click back to your W-2, it'll be at the top. It really doesn't give us one, so we're going to use the one we always use: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Going to standard deduction. It says someone can claim you. Does someone claim Edgar since he's 16 years old and lives with his parents? Yes, they do. They claim him as a dependent. Okay? They will claim him as a dependent. Okay? If you're not claimed as a dependent and you do your own 1040, you would not check this. Okay, we're going to scroll down. The first section of the 1040 deals with income. The second section deals with your taxes, or what you've paid in your expenses. And then we'll look to see if you get a refund or if you owe money. Number 1, start number 1. All you have to do is read each one carefully as you go through this. Wages, salary, tips, etc. Attached form W-2. So we're going to go to his W-2, and under his wages, Edgar made $5,505 this year. So I'm going to go to number 1, and I'm going to type in 5,505.00. Okay, 2A, I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm going to go and click on my directions, and it says lines 2A through 7A, assume 0 for each value. I can handle that. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm going to come over here. That means these are 0 also. And that brings me to 7A. 0 and 7A. That brings me to 7B. Add lines 1, 2B, 3B, 4B, 4D, 5B, 6, and 7A, and this is our total income. Well, I'm going to do that without a calculator, and that's going to be $5,505. Okay? It says 8A, adjustments to income. Remember, if I'm not for sure, always look back. And it tells me to enter 0 for 8A. Okay? Subtract line 8A from 7B, and this is our adjusted gross income, $5,505.00. Number 9, standard deductions, or itemized deductions from Schedule A. It says, if you're single or filing separately, it's $12,200. Okay, but read that last box right here, right here. If you checked any box under standard deduction, see instructions. Okay, so we're going to have to So on number 9, it says, if you checked any box under standard deductions, see instructions. Okay, so we're going to go to our instructions. And on line 9, it says, determine if the individual is or is not a dependent by reading. Well, we know Edgar is a dependent because we found that out earlier. So it says, if you are a dependent, see it right here? If you are a dependent, add line 7B, and line 7B is less than $12,200, add $350 to 7B and enter that total here. So we're going to add $350 to 7B. So I'm going to go back and click on my form. So if I take $5,505 plus $350, I get $5,855. So on number 9, it might be one of those you need to click back and read your directions. Okay, our directions. 10, assume there's no qualified business income deduction. So go to my form, and I'm going to hit 0 for 10. On 11A, add lines 9 and 10 together. I can handle that. And your taxable income, subtract line 11A from line 8B. If it's 0 or less, enter 0. Let's see here. Subtract line 11A from 8B, that gives me a negative number, so that'd be less. So I'm going to hit 0 here. And I've taken care of my income portion of the tax form. Okay, I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to start on our taxes. I'm going to go to my directions 12A. To find a tax for 12A, refer to the tax table starting on page 62 of 1040 instructions. Okay. First of all, let's see here. Okay, and since he doesn't have any taxes, this is 0, we really don't need to look it up. So we're going to put 0 for 12A. Okay, 12B will also be 0. I'm going to come back. It'll tell you right here. 12B would also be 0, because there's nothing on 12A. Child tax credit. 13, there are no child tax credits. It makes 13B 0 also. 14, just clicking back to look. Oh, it doesn't say anything about 14. What does it say? Subtract line 13B from line 12B. That's a 0. 15 is a 0. That's going to make 16, when we add lines 14 and 15 together, a 0 as well. 17, we're going to assume there's no 1099 form, so we're going to put 0. But we do have taxes. On 17, we do have our taxes that were taken out for federal. So we go to our W-2, and we'll look for our taxes that were taken out. Federal, $336. Okay, for 18A, there's 0. 18A, B, all of 18 would be 0. That brings us to 19. Add lines 17 and 8E together, we get $336. Okay, now we're going to see if they're going to get a refund or not. If line 19 is more than line 16, and it is, this person we overpaid throughout the year, so we're going to get $336 in a refund. If you wanted to, you could put your routing number here for your bank account and your account number, and you could make it a direct deposit into your checking or savings. If we were not going to get a refund and we owed money, we would go to number 23. Then you would sign and date it. Questions? Make sure you read through carefully. You'll need your W-2 for your wages and your federal income tax. And make sure you follow your directions that were given for 2A through 23. You will now complete 2 of these on your own. Okay, the Melinda and Angela. And you can screenshot those and turn them in, or if you need to take a picture and turn them in, that would be fine. If you save them, it won't save your information, so you'll probably have to do one of the other 2. Thank you.